Well, thank you for the kind intro. So great to see everybody here. This is truly, get my big head out of here. Okay. This is really just one of our favorite times of the year. We look forward to this conference. I personally look forward to it every year. It's an amazing community that we've built here around solar, around Lucene, and it really comes down to all of you. The representation that we see across use cases, across industries, the diversity in the community, these were the things that really attracted me to Lucidworks in the first place. So I'm just very honored and very grateful to be a part of this community and have an opportunity to spend my fourth Lucene Revolution with y'all. So once again, I want to welcome Trey to the team. Very exciting to have Trey here. We're continuing to hire and continuing to grow. So if you are looking for an opportunity to come in and work with us at Lucidworks, please come see us at the booth. Grab me in the hall. We'd love to talk to you about it. So like I said, this is my fourth Lucene Revolution. I started out in Dublin with you all in 2013. We had a great time there at the Aviva Stadium. Then we went out to DC. And then, of course, Austin, where I think there was a lot more barbecue and beer than learning, but it was still a great time. And once again, we're here with just amazing speakers, some amazing sessions. We've got keynotes from IBM Watson, from Commvault, from Salesforce, and so we're very excited to share this with all of you. So I wanted to kind of look back at some of the things that we had talked about in and around search and data and the work that you all are doing out there in your industries, in the community, and the transformative nature of what we're all doing here. You know, we talked about in 2013 how data was really changing the way that people live. We were impacting people's lives, we were impacting society. We talked about things like the India Aadhaar program, where they were using data platforms and search and Hadoop technologies to capture biometric information on over 1 billion citizens. And what this does is it brings an identity to the poor, because there's over $60 billion that gets invested in social programs that are very hard to direct when you can't identify the people within the country. And so the advancement of that project, as well as other areas where data is being used to drive better healthcare, preventative medicine, diagnostic information, is sort of true to the word that we said back in 2013, that this was going to be a transformational technology. We then looked at sort of the evolution of how computer-human interaction works, and the role in which search can play in that, because contextualized data is incredibly important for productivity. Productive users, productive employees, productive customers. And so with search engines like Solar can deliver on that precision, which is really changing the way that we interact with systems, the way we interact with the data that we have at our disposal. So fast forward to DC, we started this mantra around, you know, search is the killer app. But the reality was that as search started to evolve, it sort of became the app killer, if you remember this talk. Because ultimately what ends up happening is that user experience is really no longer just about pretty pictures in the UI. Do I put this widget? Do I swipe? Do I press? Happy, productive users and a happy, productive user experience is a data experience. And so once again, the search engine's capability to deliver that actionable data back into their users supersedes any other expectation that that user has. And so this technology that we're all here to invest in and work on and communicate around is what's driving a lot of this transformation. But it's also a bit of a misnomer in terms of how we tend to think about it, right? Because we continue to sort of put search in a box at the top of a web page. And really, if you think about digital transformation, where industries are going, every company at Lucidworks, you know, we work across pretty much every vertical, from healthcare to government to telco to financial services to retail. And in every conversation that I have with a CIO or a CTO or a CEO, it's all about digital. How do we transform our business to digital? There's a number of organizations who have come to us and said, by 2020, we're doing 90% of all transactions online. And so once again, it's sort of going beyond that idea of, okay, this is just a little box, this is a commodity, this is a checkbox, to how do we leverage the information experience to drive that digital transformation. So we're going beyond like intranets and enterprise document stores and things of that nature, and we're looking at how we can better service our customers through data, how we can help those customers make an informed decision, how we can look for insights across massive amounts of siloed information. And so this is where this technology is key to that digital transformation that's happening in every single industry. And so once again, it's very exciting for us to be here at Revolution to start to dive into these topics, because unlike a lot of other shows that are out there and conferences that you go to, this is not a marketing event. In fact, we even at Lucidworks are very careful to kind of minimize the amount of promotion that we do, even of our own technologies, because this event is really about the core technology. It's about solar, it's about Lucene, it's about data, and it's about the things that you all as practitioners of this technology are doing to drive this transformation. So when we think about what makes for a great data experience, we kind of, at Lucidworks, we sort of frame it as a trifecta. Because the first piece of this is just simply access, right? Initially, we looked to search as being a way to naturally interact with data. We could use keywords, we could use phrases, we could use speech as a way to retrieve information. And it was incredibly powerful. But over time, what we found was the scale in which search brought to the forefront of these types of data exercises was what made it really compelling for use cases above and beyond what we considered kind of traditional enterprise search, retail, online, those types of things. And so expanding those access paradigms beyond keywords and phrases, starting to leverage things like SQL, as Trey was talking about. There's lots of developers, millions of developers out there with SQL capabilities. There's millions of applications out there that can leverage more information using that same paradigm when powered by the search engine. And then, of course, relevancy and precision, which sort of drives that experience. And I was happy to see there's a lot more talks this year around relevancy with data, how we leverage models, how we leverage things like machine learning. Because in addition to that, we're seeing this sort of introduction of intelligence, right? Where we're getting machine learning and AI and these technologies that are being leveraged and deployed to better serve data to our users. And so when I think about this kind of rise of the machines and where we're seeing more and more investments happening back in the Silicon Valley around bot technology and things of that nature, I get incredibly excited because when I look at the majority of use cases that these technologies are being developed for, it's information retrieval. It's contextual information delivery. And so once again, search plays a foundational role in this transformation that we're seeing across industries. So with that, the one plug and the one announcement I'm really excited to make is that we are opening the beta program for Fusion 3.0. So if you're not familiar with Fusion, it's a technology that we've built at Lucidworks, which is built directly on top of Apache Solar, brings the capabilities needed for enterprise search applications, your connectors, your security, your data processing layers. We've introduced capabilities around machine learning and recommendations to start to drive a more intelligent search experience or a more productive search experience for users. And in 3.0, we really double down on the trifecta. We've expanded our access paradigm by bringing Solar SQL capabilities, by bringing Spark to the forefront of our data processing story. And so users can seamlessly take advantage of the power of different types of interfaces, be it SQL, be it natural language. We can leverage Spark to do in-memory processing of billions of records in seconds. And so this is really kind of transforming the way that people can leverage technology to drive insights, to drive analytics. We've developed an experience manager. Because more and more, and when we talk to customers, going back to the data experience is the new user experience. And so within our experience manager, as a product owner, as an application owner, you can really start to craft what that user journey will look like through the data. We can introduce complex workflows, recommendations, fine-tuning relevancy. This also is a foundation that we laid to start to bring more of that intelligent experience to the forefront. So as we can start to introduce capabilities like question and answering, like predictive results, like data notifications, Fusion 3.0 is really the foundation in which these things are going to be built and where the future of Lucidworks is going towards driving a completeness around that trifecta. But another thing that we did is we looked out to the ecosystem and we said, we've got this great sort of pluggable architecture, runs on top of the world's greatest search engine, Apache Solar. It can scale, I want to say infinitely, Trey won't let me say infinitely, but it can scale a lot. Who out there in the community can we partner with and can we work with to deliver on this promise of productive data experiences? And so today, I'm incredibly excited to announce that we are launching a partnership with IBM Watson through a Fusion integration. And so from Fusion, you'll be able to access Watson microservices and capabilities seamlessly on-premise. And so your search applications can take advantage of the power of Watson in literally just a few clicks. IBM's been a long-time supporter of open source. They've been a long-time supporter of Solr. And so we're really excited to be working closely with the team at Watson to deliver these capabilities to our users and to customers that go beyond who we're even working with today. Well, again, on behalf of Lucidworks, I want to welcome you all to what's going to be a fantastic 2 days. We're going to break now for sessions. We'll be back here for Stump the Chump, and then tomorrow we've got 2 fantastic keynote speakers from both Salesforce and Commvault. So we'll see you all very soon. Enjoy.